What's up, guys? I'm just laying here with a headache, just thinking about where I am and where I'm heading and what's next for me. These puts into perspective and it gives me time to reflect on life and take a step back from the constant motion and chasing the next steps and progress. I'm able just to take a step back and just reflect on how far I came and where I am now, currently, where my head's at, and where I'm trying to go. Definitely came a long way in the last 2 years, but even as somebody who's 20, making 10K a month, and with an AMG on the way, yeah, I still doubt. Yeah, I still question myself. Yeah, I still have thoughts that aren't always positive. I have thoughts that always make me question, am I doing enough? Am I worthy? Am I am I going to make it? And just like how everybody has these dots, you could be you could be young, you could be successful in your own way, and you could be ahead of the curve. But that doesn't mean that you don't have the same thoughts as everyone else, you know? And I'm just like laying down and trying to like calm my mind and my CNS from this headache. And I'm asking myself like, oh, I should be outperforming everyone else, even on my worst days. And that's the only thought that goes through my head. So I'm like kind of in between, like making myself fall into my stages and doing work rather than just laying down and chilling. This is the side of success that people on social media hide because it's not attractive, flashy, it's not, but this is reality and this is a part of it. Well, not besides the headache, but I'm talking about the thoughts and doubts and bad days. And the crazy thing is, like, I want to document this, and I want to record as much as I can, because I'll never be in this moment ever again. I'll never be this young, and I'll never be able to witness and watch myself, because the future is uncertain. It's filled with uncertainty, and I honestly don't know where I'll be. I could be making 30K a month. I could be making 50K a month. I could be owning pharmacies. I could be coaching. I could be leading the next generation. I could be inspiring people. I could be a motivational speaker. I could be so many things and I have no clue. And that's the crazy thing. That and even though I had plans and had my where I end up in a year from now, 6 months from now, 2 years from now, I have no clue. Just like the rest of y'all. The only difference is I'm willing to show up every day, do the work, look for opportunities, speak to new people, and work on myself. And that means my skill, my mind, my habits, my thoughts, my frequency, my vibration. And that sounds all woo woo, but it plays a big part. The music you listen to, the information you take, the people you surround yourself with, the things you talk about, the things you think about, the things you believe in, and for a lot of people that's subconscious. For now, a lot of people that's natural, but for me, I had to program it and I had to install that in my brain to a certain degree because I didn't grow up with that. I don't have anybody in my life to really look up to. Like I'll be honest. No disrespect to my family members, but I honestly gap them currently. Not even just at my age. Like yeah, I'm younger, but like if you were to compare me to them right now to where they are, I gap them mentally. I gap them in a lot of areas in life, and I can't really seek the type of value I need to from them anymore, and I never really did, and I relied on myself. And the biggest thing is pros and cons of relying to myself. I had no one to fall back on, but yet I built the confidence and I built the relationship with myself that I can solve the problems. I could lead myself. I could figure this out. And yeah, I guess the biggest takeaway is for those watching or for future me, like, hey, I don't know where you'll end up and what you'll be. And when you're watching this back, I don't know what you'll be doing. I don't know who you'll become. And I don't even know what you'll look like or what you'll have in terms of money, status, and friends. But I know you'll be in a better spot. I know you'll be a lot smarter, a lot more disciplined, a lot more purposeful, and a lot more positive to the world. And I want you to know that I believe in you, gang, you know? And I'll sacrifice myself today for you tomorrow. And the biggest thing is, I don't know where you'll be, but I have full trust in you, on myself. I have full trust that you'll lead me and all the versions of me in the past and the future. Because I show up for present me, but you'll show up for future me. And that's like the biggest takeaway. I want people to understand that I'm laying here in my room in the under my parents' house, which is even a room. It's the living room that's made into some kind of room. Um, but in the future, I'm literally gonna be God knows where. I'm gonna do God knows what. I'm gonna look like God knows what. Yeah, it's scary to a degree, but it's also like it's peaceful because all I have to do is just show up today and just tomorrow, try my best tomorrow, and then the day after, try my best tomorrow, and just keep on showing up until opportunities show up. Because I know the more I try, the better I get. And the better I get, the more conversations I have, and the more knowledge I have in relationships, the more opportunities I'll be able to will present itself. And the more opportunities will present itself, the more things I can try. And the more things I can try, the more things I could create. And the more things I could create, the more things I can produce and give back. And the more that I could give back, the more purpose I'll have fulfilled in my heart. I guess I want to go into my plan and really hone down what I'm thinking for the next couple months and what I really want to focus on. Yeah, I'm trying to absorb as much information through courses and videos and books and just experience and creating my own course because teaching is the highest form of learning. Even with my vision, with my social media and my brand, I guess is the best way I could put it. Even I have doubt, as somebody who's 20 in college making X, Y, and Z with an AMG on the way, I still doubt myself. I still question myself. Am I worthy enough to speak in front of the camera and give advice? Am I worthy enough to provide value? Am I worthy enough to inspire people? Am I worthy enough to actually help others? Like, am I a fraud? And I don't want to pretend I know what I'm talking about because I don't have everything. But the truth is, looking back, like, I'm in a fucking amazing spot. Like, what do you mean I'm 20 and I have an AMG on the way? Like, let that sink in? And maybe I doubt myself because I know a lot of these students have mentors or have family members with money and they don't really think the way I do, but there are so many students out there, so many immigrants out there and children of immigrants that could use my value, could use my resource, and I'll be selfish to not at least try, you know? I could doubt myself all I want. I could question my worth and I could question my value. I could question the information I have, but the truth is, I wouldn't know whether or not I'm a fraud if I didn't try. I'm genuinely think I do like to the bottom of my heart, I genuinely think I have so much value and so much information and different perspectives where I can share and give out to people who want more with their life, people who want not the success that I have, but people who want the information I have and experience I acquired the last 2 years. And I really do think I have so much to offer, even though there might be different perspectives, there might be a better perspective and better way of thinking about it. The truth is, I only know what I know through what I lived and what people have told me and what people showed me. And I don't have the perfect answers and the perfect way to do X, Y, and Z, but I think I could give someone, or give a majority of those students and those people who want a different outcome in life, who want to do better, a different reality, a different perspective. I think I could give them value, truth be told. And I really think I can inspire a lot of people, and not just. And I've been thinking it's not just like the high schoolers, not just the 15, 16, 17, 18 years old who aren't in college yet, even though that would be the perfect audience. But those who are in college, those who are 18, 19, 20, 21, even those who are older than me with a college degree who are struggling, I could help. Even those who are considering going to grad school, getting their MBA, getting PhD, whatever. I genuinely think I could help and give them another perspective in life. Have to just have some of the dreams as I do, of course. And not only that, like even as a stretch, people who are way older, 25 to 29 or even 30, who unfortunately lost their jobs, who had the degree or didn't have the degree, had the stable income, the 60K, 80K salary jobs, but then lost that, and now they're in a place where they can use my information, take the value, and position themselves somewhere where at very least they're making 100K. You know, at very least they're doing better than where they are, and they can seek the knowledge I have and seek the experience I have and apply it to their life. Because if I can change my life from 18 to 20 without a degree, and I quote unquote position myself where a lot of people with a degree would love and quote unquote say they made it, with or without the degree, who are in a worse situation, who want better for their life, who want to be better positioned and wants better opportunity. And that's, yeah, truth be told, I do think I have a lot of value to provide. I mean, it took me only 2 years, you know? Mind you, 2 years while I was still full-time student in college. 2 years as an 18-year-old without a mentor, without any handouts, without any nepotism. 2 years of me just figuring it out. Like, I didn't have the plan. I didn't know I was gonna end up here. And that in those 2 years, I really created my own path. So I genuinely think I understand how to seek opportunity, how to grow alone and actually fight for it and find it myself. And yeah, I know there's a lot of people who has done a lot more with their life, but I think compared to my social circle, my zip code and where I lived up, where I grew up, from 2 years to 16, from $16 an hour in 2 years to breaking over 100K is honestly impressive, you know? And and I want to emphasize that's 18 to 20. You know, it's nothing crazy, nothing insane, but it's like a college degree wasn't involved, a mentor wasn't really involved. And if the truth is, if I can do it, you guys can too. And I wouldn't say I made it because I have so much more to learn, but the very least I could try. I don't know. I wouldn't know if I haven't tried. And I think it would be selfish of me to let the fears and let my doubts stop me from even trying, because one, even if it's embarrassing, even if people view me different, and even if am being judged and hated on, the truth is, like, how selfish of me would it be if I have the opportunity to try and embarrass myself and learn and position myself to the point where I could financially retire my parents. But the thing that's stopping me is how, because I care how people view me. You know, the only thing that's stopping me is because I care about how people view me. And the truth is, it wouldn't even matter in 2 years. It wouldn't even matter in 6 months. It wouldn't even matter in 3 years. How many of you guys remember, for those in college, how many of you guys remember in high school? How do you guys remember when in high school that one kid who embarrassed himself? That one moment that someone so embarrassed himself. How many of you guys remember these moments? How many of you guys are waking up and consciously thinking about these moments? Like, let's be for real. In 1 to 2 years, all my peers, all my classmates, all my be too worried about their application for a job, their application for grad school, their resume, studying for LSTAT, studying for AMS. They're not gonna wake up and the first thing in their mind is, oh, Abe was blah 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 embarrassing on social media. Like, nobody really gives a fuck that much. And when everybody goes to sleep at night, they're worried about their own problems. They're worried about their own relationships, their own bank account, their own future. You know, like, for somebody to be so obsessed with someone else's life, like, I'm too focused on trying to build my future. I don't have time to worry about what other people think about me. I don't have time to worry about what their criticisms are. And if there's value in that, yes, I'll improve. But of course, I'm gonna look stupid. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, at least I have the courage to pick up the camera and speak to the camera. At least I'm trying something in my life. At least I'm trying to retire my parents. What are you doing? Going out with your friends? Wasting your time on girls that. And the funny thing is, for me specifically, the reason I gained so much confidence and I give zero fucks is because I'm 20 with an AMG. And I hate to make it about money and stuff like that, but what have you accomplished? Like, how blessed am I to wake up and drive the car of my dreams at 20 years old? And in time, when I become the person I want to be, I want to become the father and the husband and X, Y, and Z. My kids will grow up, and they'll say that their father had an AMG at 20. And the funny thing is, a year ago, I didn't even know what an AMG was. I didn't even know what an AMG was. A year ago, I was fighting my life for a Honda Accord, and I have a fucking V8 twin turbo 4 liter on the way. Trust me, I'm not worried about you. One thing I've always wanted to be was a motivational speaker. One thing I always wanted to do was inspire others the way I was inspired. I'm not gonna lie, growing up, I listened to a lot of motivational videos. I watched a lot of motivational videos, and I studied them. I studied them hard. I wasn't chasing motivation. I was chasing the value. I was chasing the lessons. I was chasing the mental mind frames and an understanding of success and how it works. Because I had no one else to tell me how it works. I had no one else to tell me to show up and do the work. I had no one else to tell me that they cheer you in the beginning when you try, and and then they cheer you at the end when you actually do make it. But in between, in the middle, when you're struggling, you're making no progress, and you're showing up every day, nobody cheers you on because everybody's too worried about their own dreams. And honestly, those motivation videos helped me a lot, and they provided me a lot of value. They helped me mentally a lot. They gave me wisdom. They gave me new perspectives, and they kept my mind strong when I was weak, when I had nobody to look up to. And that started with them. It started with those speakers. It started with Kevin Hart. It started with Kobe Bryant. It started with Luke Belmore. It started with Andrew Huberman. It started with Alex Hormozzi. It started with Chris Williamson, and all these podcasts of these accomplished people. And I would just study the words they speak, and the phrases they give, and the wisdom they give, and I would see a lot of similarities in what they're trying to say, and David Goggins as well. And it'll slowly start to click in my head the importance of just showing up every single day, the importance of doing the work in order to see the opportunities. And especially after 2 years of hard work, after 2 years of actually trying, was I able to reflect on where I was and where my mind was to where I am now. And I was able to absorb and actually take the values and the lessons, which is why not only am I able to speak out of confidence, I'm able to speak out of confidence, and I'm able to like motivate my friends and inspire my friends and provide wisdom and perspective from what I experienced, what I went through. And I get to be in a position where at 20, I could speak clearly to my generation. I could speak clearly to my peers. I could speak clearly to people in my zip code, their life. I understand their struggles. I understand their values. I understand where they're trying to be. And I understand the gap between where they are and where they want to be. And I understand what they actually took. I understand what the sacrifices are. I understand who I had to become. How selfish of I would I be if I didn't at least try to inspire people, if I didn't at least try to provide value. Alhamdulillah, I'm in this position. Still a lot more work to do, still a lot more growth. And I want you guys to know that I don't have it all figured out. I don't think anybody has it really truly all figured out, but I know a lot of people want to. I want you guys to see my lifestyle. I want you to see what really goes on in my mind, and I want you to see what my actual situation is and who I actually become. And I want you guys at least to make the choice for yourself. Do you want to be like me? Do you want to have the doubts like me? Do you want the constant anxiety like me? Do you want to constantly overthink like me? Do you want a constant hunger like me? An ambition like me? Like, do you guys really want that? Because that's what it takes. Or do you guys want it for a period of time and get to where I am and just kick your feet up and just relax for a little bit? Yeah, but I really think I can change a lot of life. I think I really can create a community, a school where I gather hidden talent and the future entrepreneurs, future millionaires, future creators, future innovators, future visionaries, future leaders, and I could gather them into one community, and we can all just grow and learn from each other, inspire each other. We could all find our own circle of people that we relate to, you know, because your current circle isn't gonna cut it. I mean, if you're statistically you're surrounded by the 99%, and if you want to become the 1%, there's only 1% of people that you could really build and learn from. And that's going off statistics. And the biggest thing now is just starting and it's just trying. And I have to be really, very, very careful to not speak from ego, but to speak from inspiration, to speak from an uplifting mental framework. Who knows? Maybe in the future I'll watch this video. I'm like, and I just ask myself, hey, why didn't you have more conviction? Why didn't you believe in yourself more? Why do you speak with such doubt? Why are you second guessing yourself? But the truth is, this is my raw emotion. This is truly what I'm thinking. This is truly how I feel. And maybe over time, I'll develop that confidence. Maybe when I see that more people are actually touched and inspired by my words, then maybe then I can double down and really go hard at this and really provide as much as I can. And the money will come, you know? I'm not worried about the money. Let's see how many lives can I change first. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if I could provide more value than all those professors out there teaching. And the last piece of advice for everybody: money ain't real. Money ain't real. Inspired to make money online. That's where real life is. Yeah.